Hey guys, and welcome to the episode of Reaper's Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing, that's right, Jurassic World. So I saw this past weekend and it was actually really good. It's kind of, the reason I think it was like good is because basically they start off just like the original one. They have the theme music playing and you're sitting there like, oh my god, it's Jurassic Park again. And it's basically, you get that nostalgic feeling from the first one when you watch it, like, you're just getting all that memory just coming back to you when you're watching this and you hear the music playing, all that emotions coming back from when you watched that first one. So that was a cool thing as well. Another thing, you have great actors. You have Bryce Dallas Howard, you have Chris Pratt, Vincent D'Onofrio. It's different this time because now that the park is open, it's no longer Jurassic Park, it's Jurassic World. And it's on the same island from the first one, and they basically built the park on that island, and they basically took the whole concept they had before and changed the whole dynamics of it all. Instead of dinosaurs in their own little sections, they're basically free roaming dinosaurs. They could roam to anywhere they want without any fences, and the people could basically check them out. But they have collars. Transmitters inside them that track to see where they're at. And if they're getting outside their designated area, they get shocked back and they go back to their designated area. So that was the minor difference right there. Another cool thing was the sphere, the gyrosphere, which was pretty cool. You're in this big old clear, basically a hamster ball, and you're walking, going around, and you get to see all these cool dinosaurs. And with this, you actually have control of it. So you're controlling it, and you could turn it any way you want. You want to look a certain different way. You want to go to a herd that's over on this side. You could, go up to them and see them up close, which is a pretty cool thing. And in the prompter, they have, just like in the first one, how they spared no expense. So this time they have Jimmy Fallon actually doing the introduction about how the gyrosphere works and how it's very, safe and how it can stop a 50 caliber bullet, which is pretty awesome. It was pretty cool. So it's stuff like that paid homage to the original one and kept the kind of theme going. So John has passed away. Another person's taking over the park, and he's basically follows in John's footsteps by saying, "We spare no expense. Do what we can to, bring what we need to make the customers happy. Give us all the coolest and greatest latest things." So with that being said, they go ahead and basically genetically create their own dinosaur, because every time some new dinosaur comes out, the park's attendance skyrockets and everything like that. Well, yeah, of course it's going to skyrocket because it's a new dinosaur they haven't seen yet. Let's go check it out. So instead of bringing a dinosaur that they have that we've not seen in the movies yet, they create a whole new dinosaur. That was my only problem. I was like, why are you going to create a whole new dinosaur when it's probably dinosaurs that you haven't, that we haven't seen yet in the movies? So that was my only gripe. But, the created dinosaur was pretty cool, and it showed a whole new, showed a different side to what was going on as well. Basically, the Genesis from the first movie, he's basically still there, and he's doing the exact same kind of research and everything like that. And you have Vincent D'Onofrio, who works for InGen as well. I think it's part of their security division. And Chris Pratt is basically there, and he's training the velociraptors to take orders and do stuff like that, which is kind of cool how they showed how it's done, but how they still they listen, but they still want to eat your ass because you're food no matter what. So that was a pretty cool little concept that they had there going on. I just thought it was kind of weird that they had it, but they said that he was there since birth, so he's imprinted on them, so they look at him a different way than they would normally look at food. So they look at him as somebody that, is in leadership role, but yet still look at him as food, like, oh, I could eat you, you'd look so tasty. Wait, that's our leader, though. But I could eat him. But he's the boss. So that's how it kind of was. It's kind of like that. And so they asked him to check out the new dinosaur, the new living area, and to see, if it needs any improvements, if there's any weaknesses and stuff like that. He goes and checks it out, But he asked, he basically told him that, we can't get this dinosaur out in the open because he's been bred in captivity. And they're like, well, they've all been bred in captivity. He goes, yes, they have. But they've interacted with other dinosaurs since birth. This one's been by himself. So this will act totally different compared to the other dinosaurs. And, you know, if Malcolm was there, he would have probably said the exact same thing or something like that more scientifically. And, you know, all hell breaks loose, which is pretty cool. Now, of course, you have perspective of the two little kids. You get to see the park through their eyes and through what they're going through. And so they're related to Bryce Dallas Howard. That's their aunt, but she is busy with her work and she doesn't take the time to stay with them. So she does her own thing. And when this whole thing breaks out, she doesn't really worry about them till it's like, shit! Where's my nephews? Because she sees on the monitor how this woman's taking care of her kid and she's like worried about them. She's like, wait a minute. My nephews are on the island. I better go check and see if they're okay. And she left them with a nanny. Well, not a nanny, but a woman to take care of them. Basically kind of like a nanny. And she's like, I'm still looking for them. So, you know, more chaos ensues and more hunting goes. All I gotta say is this movie definitely takes you on a nice little roller coaster ride. Just like the first Jurassic Park did. Definitely ups the wow factor compared to the original. There were some scenes where there were animatronic dinosaurs. There was a few scenes with the Velociraptors. There were animatronic. There was this one, I think it was a Brontosaurus, where he's laying down on his side, and he's just pretty much laying down like he's dead. He's still moving and breathing. That was an animatronic. Those moments were pretty awesome for me. I love the fact that they didn't go CGI with that, and they went animatronic with it, because it looked amazing. I mean, I loved it. CGI, you could do CGI, but when a person interacts with it and their hands have to go a certain way, sometimes when they do it, it doesn't look right, doesn't mesh well, and you could tell a lot that it's not real, it's fake. So with this, it's a lot easier, and it, you know, I believe in my mind it saves money and it makes it look a whole lot better than it would with CGI because you have to spend time with every little motion, every little detail, and I think that was pretty cool. I liked what they did, and that was my favorite thing. The CGI definitely has gotten better over the years, of course, which it has to, and you know, but still, I still love the practical effects. I loved it. We don't have Dilophosaurus in this one, unfortunately. I would have loved to see those guys again. They have, did we see Compies? I think we saw Compies. But I think also another thing that they brought in was, which I thought was I thought was messed up, was like a kiddie area where the kiddies could actually pet the dinosaurs, and they're petting baby dinosaurs, and the kids are riding baby Triceratops. I'm like, I felt something was wrong with that. That right there just said, I was like, that's just wrong. You had these dinosaurs away from their parents with kids riding them and touching them, and like, I don't know. I just thought that part was like what? But that was just me. I think I was like, oh, that's so cute. Little kid could ride on a Triceratops and pet a Brontosaurus and give him a hug and everything like that, which is cool. Like, don't get me wrong, that was a pretty cool little concept. Now let's get into moments that are going to be spoilers from this moment on. So, if you have not seen the movie yet, spoilers right now. Alright, you stuck around, so you know what happened in the movie. You've seen everything that happened. Dominus Rex is basically a chameleon, part Velociraptor, basically all around badass, mixed with T-Rex, which made a pretty cool scene, especially when he's hiding in the bushes and he also comes out of the trees and like, holy shit, he basically blended in with the trees. He looked like he was part of the forest. That scene alone made me go, wow, that was pretty fucking cool. The fact that he was white was pretty awesome as well. The fact that he was Velociraptor too was like, what? Why? Why would you go and do? I mean, it's like they took the best parts of certain dinosaurs and just threw them in there, and I was like, you guys screwed up royally. So, but it was pretty cool. It was definitely pretty big and pretty badass. And of course, the pterodactyls that look like they're hybrids with Triceratops. A T-Rex, because you could see the pterodactyls looked like they had T-Rex heads. I'm like, what the hell? What? There's more than one splicing going on, so I'm like, all right, whatever. But I did like the fact what they did, and the fact that they had certain scenes of the Dominus Rex when he walked into the original Jurassic Park area where the T-Rex, where the first Jurassic Park ended, with that T-Rex find those two Velociraptors, and you had the Dominus Rex stand exactly where he was and do the exact same kind of thing, which was pretty awesome. It was pretty badass. That was a pretty awesome moment right there. But I love the fact that they're playing the Jurassic Park music playing while they're in that area, which was pretty awesome. Then you flash forward to the new park where they go to the Hammond, where they have Hammond statues standing right there. And the way the entrance is, it is similar to the original Jurassic Park entrance, which was pretty awesome as well. I mean, that part was pretty cool. There's a lot. They had a lot of cool moments. You see a lot of the stuff from the first one, the night vision goggles and stuff like that. But I think what also was kind of cool was the way they had fought at the end. The T-Rex was just straight going at it with him, and the Velociraptor helps out, and that big, I forgot what the name was, the big dinosaur that's in the water just straight grabs him and just eats him. The cheesy part right there was when the T-Rex looks at the Velociraptor, and the Velociraptor looks at them, and they kind of look at you like, alright, fine, cool, you know, you helped me, I helped you. Instead of being, I'm gonna go on out, and Velociraptor's like, right on, buddy, see ya. You know, that was kind of like a cop-out, kind of, I don't know, I thought it was kind of like, because animalistic-wise, that T-Rex would have turned on both of them and just fucked them both up. I think it was just, I don't know, it was just for the movie. That's how it is in the movie. So can't really complain about it that much. But all in all, the ending of that one is definitely pretty much exactly like the original. T-Rex stands at the top of the park, and just the angle out just right, he just lets out that big giant roar, which is pretty cool and similar just to the original. All I gotta say, this movie was definitely an amazing movie. All right, so if you like this movie and you enjoyed it, let me know below what you thought of it and what you liked and did not like about it. And tell me how many thumbs you would give it. I give it I would say 2 thumbs up. 2. Yeah, because I'll definitely see it again. Saw it in 3D and Dolby Atmos, so everything had sounds above and the side, so it was like I was engulfed in dinosaur madness, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ! I wasn't, but you know, that's what it would feel like. So definitely, if you have not checked it out and you've seen heard all the spoilers, then you know, sorry, but you know, I warned you. There was gonna be spoilers. So if you have not seen it, go check it out. If you've seen the original, you love the originals, please, you know, you'll definitely enjoy this one as much as you did the original ones. Also, subscribe if you have not subscribed. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. All right, guys, I'll see you next time for more gaming talk, movie reviews, movie talks, movie recommendations, movie curses, gameplays, trailer reactions, and just a lot of stuff that I got to do for you guys, and I enjoy doing them. Remember, today's E3, yesterday, and tomorrow, Tuesday, I believe, is the last day, or Wednesday, the last day of E3. Catch everything that they've going on. I will be talking about it on Saturday. I'll be doing, I believe, 2 videos, I think, for Saturday for the E3 stuff that they have, just to give you guys a quick rundown of what you might have missed. All right, guys, see you next time. Bye.